Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you watched my video where I set goals for this year, you know that one of my goals is to read at least 5 new books. I have quite a long list to choose from, because every time I see or hear about a book I would like to read, I write it down. So in this video, I thought I would share with you some of these books, and also my top 5 books that I'm hoping to read this year. As a child, I used to read a lot. I would mostly read fantasy books. But as I got older, this hobby slowly faded away. I got into reading again last year, and I want to continue reading regularly this year as well. I also want to figure out the genres I enjoy the most, so that's why on this list I have all kinds of books from classics to horror novels. I will start with my top 5 books from my list, and these are the books that I want to read this year. Most of these are the ones that I already own, so that's why I want to read them first. The first 2 I actually bought last year, but haven't had time to read them. A River in Darkness by Masashi Ishikawa, I hope I'm saying his name right, which is his memoir about his escape from North Korea. And Au Pair by Emma Rue, which is a mystery novel. Next one is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I actually have it in Russian, and this is my mom's book that she's been trying to get me to read for many years now, and maybe this year I finally will. Also, I haven't read in Russian in ages, so it will definitely be good for me to read this book. Next one is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I'm sure you're all familiar with Anne Frank and her story, which is super sad and unfair. This book has been on my list for a really long time, so I finally want to read it this year. The last one of my top 5 books is The Invisible Girl by Tori Hayden, which is her newest book. Tori Hayden is a psychologist and a former special education teacher, and most of her books are non-fiction books based on her real-life experiences. I've read 2 of her books, Beautiful Child and Lost Child. They're really great books, and I definitely recommend them, especially if you're interested in child development and psychology. Moving on to the rest of the books. I'm only gonna share the first 10 of my list, because otherwise this video is gonna be way too long. The first book is One of Us is Next by Karen McManus, which is the second book of One of Us is Lying series. I read the first one last year and I really enjoyed it. Next one is a series, but I will count it as one, which is Harry Potter series. I've seen all the movies multiple times, but still haven't read all the books. I've only read the first 2, and the rest have been sitting on my shelf for years and waiting for me to read them. These next 2 books are the only horror books that I have on my list so far, and they are Frankenstein by Mary Shelley and The Institute by Stephen King. I've actually read The Shining by Stephen King like 7 or 8 years ago, and I really liked it. So I think I'll probably like this one too. Next one is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. If I like this first book, I also want to read the rest of the series. I think there's 8 books in total. I don't think I've ever read any of Agatha Christie's books, so I definitely want to read one of her novels. I think the first one I want to read is And Then There Were None. The rest of the books from my list are Atomic Habits by James Clear, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, Emma by Jane Austen, and Mockingbird by Catherine Erskine. So there we go. As you can see, I have a lot of books I should have read years ago, but I will stop putting it off now and read at least some of them this year. Let me know if you read any of these books and if you enjoyed them. Hope you liked this video and maybe got some new books to add to your book list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next videos. Bye!